Why should you consider tracking NPS? What are the benefits of using NPS as a metric? In a moment, we'll look at some of the top tips for getting colleagues on board to buy in to adopting NPS measurement. First, let's look at 6 of the main advantages. 1. NPS is well established. NPS stands out as being both a highly popular and mature KPI that all kinds of stakeholders have heard of and understand. This makes it easier for CX professionals to get mindshare from senior colleagues in the business. If you choose to measure NPS, then you're following a well-trodden path and can call upon a host of proven NPS strategies. 2. NPS is commercially significant. In other words, NPS speaks to your business bottom line in ways that other customer feedback metrics don't. It's very important to know if customers are happy or sad, but NPS has a unique capacity to go beyond just how satisfied or positive people are. It's through measuring the likelihood of repeat business that NPS is commercially influential. The top people at your organization will probably pay more attention to the prospect of increased revenue than more abstract notions of making customers happy. 3. NPS can zoom in and out on the customer loyalty picture. NPS has a very wide lens. You can use it to pan out and get a picture of customer loyalty for an entire organization. This is what NPS is most commonly used for, as a high-level KPI that covers everything. But NPS can be used more dynamically and with greater precision. For example, by inquiring the likelihood of recommendation for a special product or service. Zooming in like this can be even more beneficial to an organization. Imagine a hotel chain with 200 properties tracking NPS for each one. The highest scorers will be able to count on the highest loyalty and referral business. That's valuable data. The hotel chain could use that insight to target improvements at the hotels with the lowest NPS scores. 4. NPS is quick, easy, and inexpensive to measure. It doesn't get much simpler than NPS surveys, at least as far as customer feedback and market research goes anyway. Pre-qualification of survey recipients is very easy. They just need to be customers. Being based around a single question makes surveys very small. This lack of size places almost no burden on customers, thereby encouraging them to respond in larger numbers. This in turn makes results more representative and reliable. They're also faster to complete, giving you more up-to-the-minute information. And because it's the same constant question, the results are highly reliable over time. 5. NPS is the catalyst for deeper insights. What I mean is that, yes, NPS surveys give you a single point-in-time measurement with individual customers, but when you aggregate data from many customers and track this over time, you get deeply meaningful insights. Strictly speaking, NPS is really just about that single question. But there's no stopping you asking follow-ups. In fact, it should be considered best practice. If someone indicates a high or low likelihood to recommend, shouldn't you ask why? The results can then be used to feed into a range of operational tweaks and product or service improvements. 6. NPS is easily comparable. The primary purpose of NPS is to provide a reliable measurement to base future plans from. It's your insight designed to benefit your organization. Organizations measuring NPS for the first time will use their initial measurement as a benchmark for future comparison. The great thing about NPS is that you can also benchmark against other organizations. For example, competitors in your industry or just renowned leaders in great customer experience. Many organizations publish their NPS scores. Bear in mind, there's nothing stopping anyone else asking your customers for an NPS score relating to your organization. Not necessarily competitors though. If you're a large business, you could have an NPS score even though you didn't generate it. Some researchers regularly poll thousands of consumers to calculate industry benchmarks. Organisations in all sectors and in all sizes measure NPS because it's applicable to any organisation. At least 2/3 of the Fortune 1000 use NPS, but its reach extends deep into the smaller businesses too. NPS is a measure of peer promotion and therefore loyalty, but it can go way beyond customers. For example, how likely staff are to recommend employment at a company to friends and colleagues. Or government organisations for whom their quote-unquote customers have no power of choice, using NPS as a measure of customer satisfaction. Let's finish up by looking at how to convince your company to track NPS. What are the things to consider to get management on board for sign-off? Getting that sign-off is an important step. It's necessary too, because NPS involves engaging with customers. Achieving this buy-in at a high level in the organisation is also crucial because it can make such a big business impact. In terms of business case for NPS, the key aspects are all the potential gains to be achieved in revenue and profitability by understanding customers better in order to improve service and experience. Collect data on customer lifetime value and retention rates to show the impact on the bottom line of retaining more customers and gaining new referrals. The internal costs of setting up and managing the tracking process. This can be kept to a minimum by following best practice and implementing third-party software with automated integration to existing systems. The costs of third-party NPS tracking software. Customer Thermometer is a great example of software ideally suited to NPS tracking, and you can trial it for free. Present all the benefits of NPS alongside your business case. You may find senior decision makers influenced by how NPS enables the business to see how well it's doing against competitors. Tracking NPS is both inexpensive and insightful. However, it is critically important to achieve buy-in for acting upon the insights uncovered, not just tracking it itself. Simply tracking NPS gives you a KPI and nothing more. And we'll look at how to act on NPS feedback in other videos in this series.